Hey guys, and welcome to another book review. This will be my first one in a long while, and welcome to the new channel. Hopefully this channel is going to be the dedicated book review channel, so I will do all the book reviews will be posted here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it more, because I'm going to have a very strict upload that I'm going to keep to. It's not going to be very strict, but it's going to be like I'm going to upload once every probably 2 weeks book review, where I'm going to take one of your guys' books, read it, and then review it, get back to you guys and see what we can do. So today we are going to obviously review, I should say in the title, The Last Shadow Knight, the first book of the Shadow Knight series trilogy. Now, when I first saw this book, I was like, this is going to be amazing. And to be fair, it didn't let down. Yeah, it didn't let down. From the first to the last, there were bits and I was a bit like, oh, this is crazy. But then it was like, it was so what's the right word for it? Realistic, if you see what I mean. There are bits in there where it's like but that doesn't come to way later on. I've read the first two, but there are bits in there that are like, oh, this is very coincidental, you know what I mean, but which happens in books like this. But it is very good, it is very realistic. You see, like, there's a shock value right at the start. It's great. Obviously it is about Varen. If I get some of the names wrong, it's because I've listened to an audiobook, so I will repeat their names and not the names that you might have read it as. So yeah, Varen obviously starts off as a street kid, then he gets taken by Artemis, is trained. The world building in this story is amazing, because you've obviously got the guards, who goes quite in depth with them, you know, how corrupt they are and this and that, and you've got oh my god, you've got from you see from lowly peasant life living to the king, if you know what I mean. It shows you all aspect of life, which is amazing, which I really like too. I really do like about it. And I do like the way obviously Varen's brain works. Obviously he is very what's the right word for it? Sorry, this was meant to be just like background music, and it's just there's loads of words, there's loads of thingies. You guys know me, I don't redo anything, so you're gonna have to cope with me there. Right, there we go, I can get back to it. So yeah, I really liked that. I really liked that Artemis, when he took him in, he didn't try to push him away. He did like what an old person would do. An old person who was trying to help him would do. He would see him on his path, and then he would be like, okay. And then there was a point obviously where Varen ran away, then came back, but it was interesting. Yeah, is Michael Webb, isn't it? Yeah, Michael Webb. I'm actually a big fan of Michael Webb. I swear, I think I've read a few of his books before. His writing style really speaks to me, where he doesn't hold any punches. If a character's gonna die, the character will die. Like, he's actually a very good author. So I was just typing up, see what other books he's done. Fortunately, I'm terrible at everything. Apparently I'm an idiot, and I haven't read any of his previous works, but I swear there's somebody with almost the same name. But yeah, Obviously you've got it's following 3 main storylines, which is Varen, the bloke, I can't remember his name now, begins with a C, I believe, but you guys know I'm all about the snobby guy, the guy who's, yeah, and the girl, yeah, I forget their names. It's been a while since I read this, and it's pretty good. Obviously the girl, fuck's sake, it's been so long since I've done one of these book reviews that I am so bad at them. Sorry, I'm just getting up their names. I love the way you actually want something and you type it in Google, it doesn't give you it. Of course. Anyway, I think her name is Charlotte, and she takes on the pseudonym Lucy or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, either way, her storyline's interesting, but it's very, you know, coincidental. But that's got to be a thing. It's got to be coincidental, and obviously you can tell she's going to hold a major part of the story in the next book. But obviously this book, they're just like keying her up, like, oh, this is her past, this is what she's got to go through, this is how she's got in here. So they're not just dropping a random person and obviously next book, which I liked, obviously, but I wasn't keen on her storyline, if you know what I mean. Like, she wasn't, ooh, I like this person. To me, I didn't care, in all honesty. Like, I was like, she's obviously here, you know, she's been humbled. She obviously, you know, she was snobby and rich, but she was humbled straight away, and now she's doing this other stuff, and she's definitely using the whatchamacallit ability that Varen is using. I can't remember what it was called. Either way, yeah, she can definitely use that and nobody realizes it, and it's just like, okay. And obviously Varen is a very dumb smart person. Like, he can't see what's going on in front of his eyes, if you know what I mean. That was my biggest takeaway from the second book anyway. The first book, he's like, you know, he's very smart, he does this, he does that, people love him, you know, he opens up that market, which is doing really well, but then, like, he won't compromise his morals for anything. He's like chaotic good, like lawfully good, sorry, he's like lawfully good, and sometimes you just want to slap him, which I find, like, in novels like this is the only downfall of them, like, is when the character, a lawfully good character, it's the same in lots of books, he's like, no, I won't compromise my morals for anything. Oh, so you're not going to compromise your morals even though you know it's gonna you know, make every one of your friends worse off and unhappy and stuff like that. And it's like, is that true? Would that really happen in real life? Especially, you know, in more olden days. But yeah, the magic, well, not magic, well, technically it's magic, but yeah, the combat system in there with the focus, so basically it slows everything down. So I think the person, like, dumps an insane amount of adrenaline, this is how I think it works, into themselves, and obviously there is a finite amount of adrenaline in your body, and when that runs out, you can no longer use it, and your body is taxed to an extent where you're exhausted permanently. That system, I really like that system, because it makes every like, there is a way for the main character to get fudged over. Do you know what I mean? It's not just like, okay, I activate this ability and I win. You throw 100 soldiers at them and all they have to do is buy time until the adrenaline wears off, and they can get killed. Like, obviously the character is still OP as balls, but there is a way to defeat him. The same as I'm like, you can make him use that adrenaline faster. So if you shoot him with crossbow bolts, like 50 people, he might be able to dodge them. But if you volley them 25-25, or 10-10-10, he's getting 10 bolts shot at him per second. Let's say it takes 5 seconds to reload a crossbow, with a bit of luck. Maybe 2, maybe you stagger those volleys, so he's getting 10 bolts, should I say, every 2 seconds. That'd be like 10-second reload time. I don't know the reload time on a crossbow. But I like the way that there is a way to actually counter him, which is crazy. Yeah, I really do like that. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like that. There's also obviously many of little niggly flaws that I didn't like. I did like, and yeah. It was interesting to see. Like, I think the best part of this book was the commerce, and the Lord of Commerce. Obviously, he's a dickhead, and he's trying to move up in the world. But the bit like where he's doing dealings behind closed doors, that don't worry about iron because we're going to raise the price of iron, buy this iron mine, and then we're gonna make bank. And it's just like, yo, you know what, this guy's smart. This is what happened before financial, people were there to make sure this doesn't happen. And I thought that was really good. The same as like Morgan overheard this plan, obviously, and then Morgan obviously shop got shut down straight away because they wanted him put under the carpet out the fucking way. And I thought that was, that is really cool, because it that is what would happen in that day and age. Probably in this day and age that probably happens, let's be honest. But I thought that was really cool. And obviously then Varen opened up the Carrot market. Then the marketplace obviously was booming and doing really well. I thought that was really cool. The only thing that I thought about that was, like, they was like, oh yeah, they'll come to this shop because all they have to do is come to one shop to get all their stuff. It's like a supermarket. But doesn't this place have an open market where you walk down the street, there are stores left, stores to the right, and you just walk through and grab everything? I understand that you just get all your stuff, you pay for it at the end, and you bugger off. But at the same time, I feel like, I feel like it was a great idea, but it wasn't as good as it was portrayed in the book. You know what I mean? That's my personal opinion of it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. But overall, I thought the book was really well written. Everybody gave it. Let's have a look. Like Goodread. This is where it tells me all the. Right. Where are the reviews? No, this is for Goodread. I want for. Okay, so like Goodread gave it like 4.2. Amazon gave it like 4 point something, 4.3, and I think somebody else gave it 4.3 or 4.7 or something like that. Do I think it's worth that? Yeah. In all honesty, at 5, definitely it's 4.3 easily. 4.5, I would say. It's a great read. Like, I reckon anybody would enjoy the world building in it, the commerce. So I'm recording this quite late at night. The combat in it's nice. It's not stupid or doesn't, just be like, oh, we don't know what we're doing here, sir. Do you know what we're doing here? There's no like blabbers on for like, let's say, what's a good book for it? I can't think of a good book for it. But you guys know what I mean, where there's no like story progression for like chapters and chapters and chapters. There's always something happening in this one, and it's always progressing the storyline. And even with switching to other characters, you can see where that's going to go with the other person's storyline, and you're like, oh, okay, this is going to happen here, this is going to happen there. And obviously, if you've read the book, Varen gets betrayed in the end and sent to prison. Obviously, he has that big showdown with the Baron dude at the end, the main villain in this story, though. He's evil, and you see him in the book a little bit, but he is a villain, but he's a real villain. You can see where the villain's coming from, because he is what's the best word for it? He's just doing what he wants for his country. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously a tyrant, he's a crazy bastard, but he's just doing what he wants to expand his empire. It's like any tyrant. It's like who was the leader of the Mongolians again? Genghis Khan. Like, it's like Genghis Khan. Do you know what I mean? He wants to expand his empire into this new place. So that's what he's doing. Like, he's doing what any ruler would do who wants to expand their territory. It is what it is. I can't odds it to say he's not even like a villain. Like, he's obviously is a villain. He is the main villain of the story. But again, he is just doing what he would do to expand his kingdom. If you were from his kingdom, you would consider Varen to be the villain of the story. It's very much in where you look at it. Well, that's what I thought anyway. But I suppose that's the same on every villain. Maybe not, because Sauron, let's take for instance like Lord of the Rings, Sauron, he's an evil guy. Yeah, I think these days everybody with villains, they want to portray villains as human, so they're almost human, but they have just enough of villain in them so you go, I don't like this person. But to me, that is yes, cool, but not the best villain in the world, personally. Anyway, yeah, so obviously his showdown with him is actually really good. He loses the ability to use the, I don't remember what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I keep thinking it's called the will or something like that. It's not. I can't remember what it's called. It's called something else, but he lost the ability to use it, obviously. But that's obviously going to come back, and it's going to come back stronger, because Artemis said in the first book, the guy who trained him, obviously, he goes, oh yeah, so you've only got a certain amount, and you can't, over years and years, you can train it and get a little bit better, but overall it's pretty much the same. I reckon it's only the same because nobody's pushed themselves hard enough to break their limits, and I reckon that Varen has broken his limits, and he's broken it, and now it's expanded open so much, and I reckon it's going to heal, and then he's going to be able to activate it, access it again, and he's going to be able to do more with it. Well, that's what I feel like it's going to be, because that's what it normally is in every other story, isn't it? Like, oh, the hero pushes past their limits, and then their abilities go away, and then they get them back, and then they're even stronger than they used to be. Plot twist, he gets them back, and they're weaker, and he can't use it for more than like 2 minutes. That's the main thing with these storylines that make me. But he got betrayed, didn't he, by his best friend? I can't remember what his best friend's called. I'm just going to call him Carl. So Carl betrayed him, and then he put him in prison, and he didn't kill him, which was the only different thing. He put him into slavery, didn't he? And because he put him into slavery, he went to see Charlotte, and now the next book's going to be him meeting Charlotte, and obviously, like I said, Charlotte's definitely got the special ability, and that's how they're going to link. And I think that in all honesty, he will end up teaching her at some point in time to use the special ability, because she definitely has it. I don't care what anybody says. Same as there's a few other people in the book that I think have it, personally. But yes, but I'm going to end the review here. That was the first book anyway. Leave down in the comment sections down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, new channel, let's go. I'm going to try to keep these book reviews. Tell me how long I should keep these book reviews. This one's about 20 minutes long. If you guys think I should make it shorter, make it like 10 minutes, tell me, and I'll make more of a structure for the book review. Like, I'll have like storyline, world building, characters, plot holes, and stuff like that. And I'll have more of a punctuation, drawn out thing, or you just want me to sit here and chat shit. It's up to you, because that's what I do a lot. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the new channel if you want to see book reviews like this one. I very much am here just to talk. Leave down in the comment section down below if anything you guys agreed or disagreed with it in what I said. And leave book suggestions for the next book. I don't know when the next book will be up. I want to say like 2 weeks. Like, give me 2 weeks, and then we will see. I will, if you guys haven't read it, I will pin the comment down below what book I will read. Then we'll go from there, and every week we'll pick a new book, and I'll pin the comment, and then we can all read it, and then go through it, and then Bob's your uncle. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this book review. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time, and don't forget to give me all those suggestions. Alright, in a bit, and